We're live.
Hi.
We're live. We're good to go.
Sup?
Hey everyone. Welcome to this month's live stream. My name is Nick. It's Meg and Dave. We'll do quick introductions here in just a little bit. Welcome to like the 26th installment of one of these things that we've done for a while now. Would be 2 years in about 2 months,
No.
I guess. So, anyway, we're going to talk about some exciting stories. Some of the top stories that we saw this month here in February. Things that are fun to us that we kind of delve into, marketing, technology, social media, and so forth. So, welcome to kind of the live stream of our digital update. So, I'm Nick, if you don't know me. I'm a content strategist here at Britton Marketing and Design Group. We're live streaming from the observatory, which is our digital command center here. So it's beautiful here. Yes, it's beautiful and nice. And previously we've been in Studio B, but we kind of like it here in the observatory.
It's a Studio A.
Studio A, yeah, that's right. We're A team in here.
That's right.
Meg, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Meg, and I am a vice president of something. I help us find new clients and help manage their work through here. So,
Awesome.
Your business cards that say Vice President of something are in.
Yep.
You can go pick them up after the broadcast.
I've had them. That's how I knew what I did. This is Dave.
You're good,
So-
Dave.
Yeah, I'm a digital strategist, an analyst, and our paid media buyer, and I write the digital update.
Let's commence. Let's get the panel going.
I think we need fireworks.
Okay.
Should we have fireworks?
I think we.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, you have a lot of ideas.
I do. It's true.
This would be the live version of our Britain digital update, where we cover the latest digital and retail and social media and marketing news of the week and of the month. And so we should probably get to it.
Let's do it.
About 5 stories that matter. All right, these are some of the highlights from our blog and from our podcast. Story number 1 would be our Insta update. Instagram made some big changes over the last couple of weeks. Last month we were talking about Facebook changes. This month it's Instagram. The biggest and most impactful to what we do is the fact that they upgraded their API to be able to allow brands to schedule posts, which is awesome because you can only do it in real time previously. What other kind of like impact does this have for what we do, Nick?
Social media managers should be pretty ecstatic about this new feature because obviously now, if you have third-party access through their API through a social media management platform like Hootsuite or one of their partners, you now have access to schedule out Instagram posts. So you don't necessarily have to get the notification and you got to do the whole thing where you put the copy in and all that stuff manually. So now that's automatic, right? Now you can kind of set it, create a nice environment, nice cadence and everything, and let the beautiful creative do the work it's supposed to do. So from a time management perspective and from a editorial perspective, I think it's a little bit easier now because now you don't have to be that reactive with your Instagram strategy, right? So this is a welcome addition, new feature for a lot of marketers out there, I think.
And it never made sense that they didn't have it before. I think they were trying to keep the real-time aspect of Instagram and to be able to have you capture moments as they happen, because that's kind of what Instagram was more about, was moments visually. But for brands, it's not necessarily about being in the moment. It's about telling your story through visual images and video.
Yeah, I think from a brand perspective, this is obviously something that we waited for a long time to get, and like you said, it didn't necessarily make sense for brands, but from Instagram that has tried to really capitalize on real-time, engaging, kind of low-fidelity, high-impact stuff that people create, their users, it's made sense for them to keep it that like mobile-centric. Because the last thing a lot of channels need and want is for brands to hijack their platform, right? Because that's kind of the first sign of the exodus of your user base when brands come in and start putting
I thought it
ads
was
and
when
things
Kylie
like that.
Jenner says, "I'm not on your platform anymore." That was the exodus.
That could certainly have an impact on your stock prices. Yes, absolutely.
The other big update to Instagram was the announcement. I guess it's not quite happened yet for everyone, but the announcement that they're going to allow a new ad type, which is collection ads. Facebook already allows this, and we've seen with some of our work for our clients some real success with collection ads on Facebook to really be able to showcase products and have that kind of impactful ad type where you can really show multiple things from your brand, not just one image, one video, and it's worked in the past.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. As Instagram and Facebook gets more integrated with their whole platforms, mobile commerce is now the majority or the status quo. I think desktop is again losing traction a little bit. So to have these mobile ad formats for a platform that's so mobile as Instagram, I think it just makes sense. It's a great way for marketers to showcase their products in a engaging way. So.
Meg, do you think we should move on to story number 2?
I do, yeah. I do.
Story number 2 is the release of Chrome's ad blocker.
Can we skip to story number 3? I don't know if I'm going to like this story.
I'm sorry, that was really all you get to say was yes. You get to move on. So I'm going to block that comment, much like a bad ad that Chrome would do. So into the latest version of Chrome, they released their ad blocker, which is supposed to help make the web surfing experience better. All those annoying ads that crazy marketers put out. There's 12 different ad types that the Chrome ad blocker is going to block. They're following the quality standards from the Coalition for Better Ads. Card carrying member, are you?
No, don't believe in it.
Yeah.
So if a website has 7.5% of their page views that show a poor ad or an ad that qualifies as a bad quality ad according to those standards, then they'll be warned by Google and say, hey, you guys got to fix this. The experience for our users is not good. And then they have 30 days to fix it. And if they don't fix it, then Google starts blocking their ads. So it's not like all of a sudden you're going to see a whole bunch of less ads and a bunch of less annoying ads. It's just that Google's trying to push people to those standards. They did give warnings to websites before they put it into effect, which I think was the 13th or 14th of February. And I guess 42% of the people, the websites were warned and said, hey, you guys have to fix this. Now only 1% of websites are not compliant. So if you haven't noticed any difference, you still see annoying ads, chances are it's not that they're not quality ads. They're just annoying.
So the sky's not falling for marketers?
It isn't, and I really thought there would probably be a bigger impact from this. They really seem to play up the fact that we're coming to the rescue, and so far I don't really see much of a difference.
I mean, a month seems like a really long time for the same ad to be running. That just seems.
Well, there's that.
I mean, so.
We're not talking
warning,
about
just
the
let it go.
qualiest of quality ads.
No, clearly.
Right.
You'd think it'd be shorter, like not 30 days, but
Like a day and a half.
maybe.
Get it together, or we're blocking your ad.
That's right.
I suppose. All right.
Clearly, we'll never get those ads.
Let's
for our
move on
clients.
to number 3.
I wanted to talk more about ad blockers, and
Yeah.
now I'm sad about it.
Well, we're going to block that comment as well.
Okay, all right.
Let's take a closer look at Pinterest Lens. Pinterest Lens is their visual search feature where you can take your camera on your smartphone and zoom into something. Like if we wanted to find, say, live stream cameras that were similar to what we're using, we could just put our phone up there and take a picture of the live stream camera, and it would find us similar pictures,
that's
similar
cool.
images. So it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to find a recipe like you were doing prior to this broadcast.
It's true.
You say, well, I've got bananas and I've got chocolate chips and I don't know what to do with them. You take a picture of the banana or the chocolate chips or the banana and the chocolate chips, and it will literally find you recipes using those ingredients.
But wouldn't it possibly find me like a picture of bananas and chocolate chips?
Well, you can add now. Just this week they added text context.
Oh.
So you can add text to further refine what your intent is by the search. But
That's
Pinterest
smart.
Lens uses visual search, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
And now they've had 600 million visual searches since the beta test and the release of the Pinterest Lens feature 1 year ago.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
That's a lot of searches.
Yeah, and 500 million of them were bananas. So.
And chocolate chips.
And chocolate chips.
And chocolate chips. So the most search items using the Pinterest Lens feature. This is the phone that I'm holding here. I'm
Yeah.
taking a picture.
Gotcha.
So people are searching for tattoos,
Okay.
nails,
Oh.
like finger and toe
Yeah.
nails.
Yeah.
Sunglasses.
You mean
Sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
That's cool.
If they're looking for a new pair of sunglasses, they find like, well, what is Kylie Jenner wearing when she's tweeting about how she's not on Snapchat anymore?
Yeah.
Or I don't think she's tweeting. She's probably on Instagramming. She's
she's
certainly
just
not
saying
snapping.
it somewhere?
Anyways, and then cats. Cats is another one.
Oh.
Wedding dresses. People are using.
Did you say cats?
Cats?
Okay.
Yeah. Not the musical, the actual
Okay.
animal.
Okay.
Did you get excited there about the musical?
I'm
Is that
not.
it?
Were you
People are taking
confused?
pictures of cats.
They're
and-
searching with visual images. Yes.
What can you do with that?
Well, they're looking for what's close by. They want to
Maybe
test
they
it
are
out.
looking for memes that have been posted to a Pinterest board that feature cats that look like their own cat.
I think we need to take a picture of Dave with the Pinterest lens and see
I'm
what
baffled.
comes up.
Yeah, I'm baffled. This whole cat thing. So.
The other wedding dresses is another one, and natural hair. People are searching for hairstyles. And then from a category perspective, the top searches are fashion, home decor, art, and food.
Not pets.
No, actually. There's only a certain, like it's only cats, which is a small percentage of the entire pet category.
Yeah.
So dogs, they do not get the same visual search. Did you wanna move on?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Okay. Well, let's talk about commerce in a snap. That was pretty good.
Thanks.
See, when I do it, it's really.
I've been
Stop.
practicing Mary
Can you
Poppins,
snap?
you know.
I can. Yes.
Can you commerce in a snap?
No, I cannot. Let's
Well,
talk about it.
Snapchat.
Teach me how to commerce in a snap.
Chris
Is that
is-
like the Dougie? Should I teach you how to do it?
Maybe. Maybe.
So, the NBA All-Star Game happened last week.
Yes.
Snapchat, they did a cool filter to commemorate Michael Jordan's slam dunk contest dunk from 30 years ago. But they also had a thing at their All-Star Game after party. Were you invited to the NBA All-Star Game after party?
I set it up.
Did you?
I did now.
Well,
I
you,
don't-
you
which-
would know then that they had snap codes there. Snap codes are like QR codes, but in Snapchat. And when you scan it with your phone, that it actually brought up a in-app store where you could purchase unreleased Jordan shoes, like new Air Jordans, and people could buy them right on Snapchat. They could order them, and like 2 hours later, they were there at the party with the shoes. Like they were delivered right away, which is super
That's
cool.
cool.
That's like Prime
Yeah.
Now
Boom.
delivery.
Right.
But what it did is it showcased the fact that Snapchat is now available to be used for commerce from a product perspective, which when you're trying to reach a younger demographic that typically uses Snapchat, who loves to purchase things online, that could be really powerful for brands.
Yeah.
Except for Kylie Jenner's brands.
Well, her followers are apparently no longer on Snapchat, so yeah, I wouldn't. Whatever she promotes probably is not going to be sold on Snapchat.
That's probably okay.
So
Let's be honest.
That's fascinating. That's a cool way to launch a product feature.
yeah,
So probably very high impact, I would assume, with whatever audience they wanted to reach there. So.
right. I mean that's an audience that was never going to not sell because it's Air Jordans. The people that are going to the All-Star game and going to a Nike
Right.
after party are certainly people that'll drop several $100s for a pair of shoes that they may never wear just because they're Air Jordans and they're cool to have. but it was a really cool idea and a really cool way to showcase a new feature. So let's talk about the death of the compact disc now, story number 5. So Best Buy announced July the 1st, they're going to stop selling CDs in the stores.
They still sell CDs?
Apparently they do. No, nobody buys them anymore. That's the problem. That's why they're going to stop. Target is probably going to follow suit.
So will they start carrying records, like vinyl?
Well, actually, they're going to continue to sell a little bit of vinyl.
Oh, that's right, they
Because
do.
they have some
Already.
contracts in place, and that has kind of had a little bit of a revival in recent years. Those millennial hipsters, they like the old nostalgic things,
Right.
except for CDs. So
It's actually because their parents, Gen Xers, have been like, oh, I love my vinyls and things, and then they're passing that on to their kids.
Is that what it is?
Right? I would assume so, right? That seems like a cyclical, generational kind of hand-me-down.
it's possible.
So.
Do you remember the first CD you ever bought, Meg?
I do, yeah.
What was it?
Oh yeah, let's do this.
It was, sadly, Joey from Blossom.
Oh, that is bad. Yes.
Joey
okay.
Lawrence.
All right.
He
Okay.
had an album, and I bought that on CD. First
Nice.
CD ever, right there, yeah.
What about you? Was
Well,
it-
I was thinking cassette decks, so I know my 2 first cassette tapes. So.
I couldn't tell you cassette.
To the Extreme, Vanilla Ice, and Use Your
Nice.
Illusion Part 1, I think.
For
Guns
CDs
N'
or
Roses.
for cassettes?
I think it was cassettes, man. So.
You don't remember your first CD? I think my first cassettes were Amy Grant. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not helping myself.
I used to mow the neighbor's lawn for money,
Yeah.
and so I earned enough money to buy a Discman,
Oh,
a
yeah?
Sony Discman, so that I could carry it around
Yeah.
while I was mowing
Right.
the lawn to earn more
Right.
money.
Future.
Because
Yeah.
at first I could only afford the Discman. There
Oh,
was
yeah.
no CDs,
So it didn't
so
have
I mean I looked cool
Right.
mowing the lawn with the Discman, but I still just heard the noise of the lawnmower.
Yeah.
But then eventually I earned enough money for 2 CDs, and I
What'd you
bought there was a British duo called Cause and Effect.
Nice.
Yeah, they were like a C or D level version of New Order maybe, and then Tom Petty's Into the Great Wide Open CD.
Well, at least you redeemed yourself there.
That's still up for debate.
Well, yeah,
So-
that's true.
All right, so let's talk about. Oh, do I have to push the button again?
I think so.
There you
yeah.
go.
Oh.
Campaigns that rock.
Yeah.
So I thought this month we would talk about one of the big Super Bowl commercial campaigns, and that was from Tide.
I don't like my location sitting right by the.
You're actually strategically blocking things. This would be one of the Tide ads. It features the guy from Stranger Things. And what I loved about the Tide campaign was that the first time you saw it, you were kind of basically what they did is they made fun of all the typical commercials, like car commercials and Mr. Clean, the Matthew McConaughey commercial up there, the
Old Spice?
Old Spice, yeah. So they made fun of all those typical commercials that you see in the Super Bowl, to the point where like you thought an Old Spice commercial was coming on, and then it was Tide, and you made you start to second guess every commercial you were watching during the Super Bowl. So I don't know. What did you do? Did you even watch the Super Bowl?
No, I didn't watch
That's what I
sports ball
figured.
that day.
Yeah.
I didn't. Although I usually tune in for commercials, and this year I did not.
Well, they invented this thing called YouTube,
I know.
where you can still see the Tide commercials.
I keep
Yeah.
meaning to. I just haven't had time.
I thought it was ingenious. I thought it was remarkable. I thought it was memorable, and it was new, right? It was a fresh way for a brand that probably isn't known for freshness, other than just from their
mean,
product
It's
preference
more
or
snuggle, I
attribute,
think,
right?
is freshness.
But from a branding or marketing expression perspective, Tide is not really known for innovation, I would say, in that space. So I thought it was really an interesting way to kind of harness, Dave Harbour has kind of his, he's really become kind of famous and a little bit of a meme and things like that with Stranger Things. So it was an awesome casting call for this guy, and it was obviously memorable because we're sitting here talking about it almost a month later, and I couldn't tell you what other ads were in the during the Super Bowl, to be honest with you.
It was, I think, one of the more impactful ones, and that's why it was our retail campaign that rocked for this month.
But there's the what about the Tide Pods?
Well,
Ugh,
I think that we've stopped eating them
Okay,
it's good.
for now.
for now, for now.
For now.
Okay.
But every time I go to the grocery store, I make inappropriate jokes of,
Tide Pods.
think it's the snack aisle and it's just the laundry detergent aisle.
Yeah.
So do not eat those.
Yeah.
That's
Just,
Stupid.
just look for me to take the mood down a lot
Yeah.
in this, 'cause that's what I do.
Well, the good news is we can
He's
move
not
on to our Britton blog.
Ooh.
All right, so what did we do this month here? What kind of content did we do? Well, our one of our main case studies that we did, which is on the next slide, was we took a little bit of a deep dive into Uber versus Lyft and kind of this ride-sharing kind of war that's going on between these two behemoths. Looking at it from a branding perspective, so corporate social responsibility is completely different for Uber and what they're going through, and Lyft.
I
they're kind
thought
of
I thought Uber was more of corporate irresponsibility.
yes. So that would be CISR maybe or something.
Yeah, something like that.
But it's a really nice kind of expose into the differences in branding and expression of that brand for these two really large San Francisco kind of giants. So check it out.
Who
it's
won?
it's like third quarter.
It's a turf war.
Yeah,
It's kind
it's-
of like West Side Story.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
other-
The Jets and the whatever the
Yeah,
other
the other
one
one.
was.
I can't ever remember
Can't
the other
remember.
one either.
Sharks maybe.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
We
it
knew
was.
that you would be down with the music.
Yeah,
folks.
Nice.
yeah. I've never seen it, but
But-
I don't know if I've
He's too
been-
busy watching cats.
I haven't been
Yeah.
more surprised ever.
right, right. That was so.
Wow.
Oh, and this month's design feature.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So one of our creative directors, Catherine Wood, she created some City of Fort Wayne logos. Super fun. We weren't asked to do this, but Fort Wayne celebrates its like incorporation birthday this month. So we thought it would be a fun thing to kind of give a nod to the city. It's doing a lot of really great things right now. And I think she did a great job. I think it was a lot of fun. She had a blast doing it.
And then our design feature. Maybe you can just speak to what we do each month
Yeah.
and how that's been
Yeah.
progressing and things.
So I think this is going on year
2, 3 maybe.
three, I
Okay.
think, yeah, of doing monthly design features. Sometimes there's a desktop that goes with it, but we didn't think anyone would want these as a desktop, so we didn't do them. We have different design members here at Britton sign up for a month, and sometimes we have assignments, and sometimes we just let them go nuts and do their own thing. And so we'll have a different design feature each month.
Yep.
And I'm trying to remember, next month is March, and I don't remember
Is
what
it
it is.
some apparel, perhaps? No?
It is. Oh, that is.
Yeah,
That is what
that
it
could
is.
be pretty cool.
It's apparel.
Yeah, so apparel design, and we've done everything from Lego logos
Yeah.
to nail art, which was last one, to downloadable
The metal
desktops.
nails, not the finger.
Right, yeah.
and toe.
Can't search for
Calendars,
them on
yeah, not-
Pinterest.
Yeah,
not
no.
not cats. So,
No,
but,
no cats yet. Play-Doh.
That's a feature month.
Yeah.
We do a lot with flowers.
Not Cats the musical.
Gal. Can we carry on?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
The third, another one of our blogs that we did this month. I think you have a hand in that one, so maybe you can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, we kicked off our best practice series when it comes to social media. Throughout the year, we're going to take a look at different social media channels, best practices for each channel, whether it's Snapchat or Pinterest or Medium or whatever. Facebook Live. And so we started off this month with some kind of generic best practices that go across all social channels. So you can go over to the Britton blog and take a read. And again, we're going to take a deep dive every month on a different social channel and really help out users that maybe are not as in depth with the do's and don'ts.
Right.
You know, yes, you can use a social channel and just post a picture of your family or post a picture of a cat.
Cats, yes.
But there are also some do's and don'ts when it comes to marketing on a social channel, and that's kind of more of our perspective.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we really do here at Britton is that we really focus on being channel experts and really understand how to use different channels appropriately, because how you use them will determine your effectiveness, essentially, not just from a user experience perspective, but also from a reach perspective. So stay tuned for channel-specific upcoming best practices blogs. So.
Cool.
All right, it's time for
What?
Whoa, watch out.
lightning round.
What happened?
There was a little bolt rolled through there.
It's not
Almost
nice.
almost threw Meg off her chair.
It's not nice.
So, just a couple quick stories that may or may not be in the Britton Digital Update that have happened pretty recently. Thought we'd touch on one. Apple is rumored to be updating their AirPods. When we work in our workspaces here, we have a lot of open workspaces that is great for collaborating, and when we're not collaborating, we often have headphones in. I don't know if anybody has AirPods or not, but maybe they're waiting for this rumored next version, which will have Siri incorporated into the AirPods. So you could just say, hey Siri, and ask Siri a question, and she'll be right there in your ear. And then that should be later this year, I believe, and then next year they'll come out with a waterproof version of AirPods in case you're an Olympic swimmer training for the next Olympics, the Summer Games.
Did you know that the person who voices Siri follows Britton on Twitter?
She follows me too.
Oh, never mind then. Carry on. Thought we were special.
All right. Oh, I went too far. We haven't talked about all the lightning stuff yet, but I can make the watch out. So, the Spotify. I know you guys love Spotify. You guys are huge Spotify
yes.
people.
Yes.
Yep.
Which
Love it.
So Spotify is doing a crazy amount of hiring right now around hardware.
Uh-oh.
But Spotify is a music streaming company. So the big rumor is that Spotify is going to create a smart speaker just like Amazon and Google and Facebook is doing and every other tech company in the Silicon
But
Valley.
you can only speak to it in Swedish.
Well, then
It's gonna fail.
Not in Sweden, it's not. Not in Sweden.
all right.
Nick's
No.
from Sweden, in case
True,
you don't know.
yes.
Although you're all adoring fans.
But you
of
can
Nick's
ask it to
Sweden.
play your favorite show tunes from the Cats musical.
Awesome. Or West Side Story.
I suppose.
Sweet.
Yeah, the theme for the Sharks.
Chris is literally burying his face in a sweatshirt.
So
he's
he's our
meant to laugh.
producer.
One
Yeah.
one final story in the lightning round, and that is Anchor. Anchor is a app that has focused on initially being the social network for to create your own mini radio station, to be able to have voice and play songs from iTunes and have sound effects, and then Anchor 2.0 kind of pushed it more towards being a podcasting kind of an app, and almost more of a stories feature podcast where it would disappear after 24 hours. Well, this week they released Anchor 3.0 and really are going after the podcasting crowd. They now have it where you can upload audio that was produced elsewhere. You can, I believe you can keep your podcasts around longer. They're hosting podcast audio for free, which is a big deal because audio takes up a lot of space. So they're really making an effort to go after podcasters. If that's something you're into, you should check out Anchor in the App Store.
And isn't the cool thing about Anchor is that it was built as a kind of a
Anchor?
Twitter version of podcasting.
It
So
was,
it was
yeah, like
it
a
was
social
micro
network
kind
for,
of
yeah.
micro podcasting with an element of communication collaboration to it, right? So it was
Yes.
really cemented itself as a easy way to podcast with a good community around it, right? So now they're just scaling all the capabilities, and they've already cultivated this community around it.
Yeah,
so.
the response in just the last 24 hours since they released it's been pretty huge. So let's move on to what are you streaming? So Meg, what are you streaming?
I'm streaming not a whole lot for myself. All Teen Titans for my kids, which is
What's
actually
wrong
pretty
with that?
awesome. Nothing.
I mean, you could be streaming Cats the musical.
I could
if you
be,
wanted to.
which would be worse. But no, Teen Titans Go, which does have a musical
Do you have a
element.
favorite episode?
I like the shrimps and prime rib episode, actually.
There's a
I didn't think you would have an answer to that, but
I
you amaze
do.
me every time, Meg.
That's why I'm here.
What
There's
if
a song about shrimps and prime rib.
Can you perform it for us?
No, I cannot. Beast Boy. He's pretty awesome.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
Yeah.
So as well.
He's pretty good,
Can
right?
you sing the song?
I cannot. No. Even if I could, I would not. So, yeah.
So what are you streaming,
What I'm
Nick?
streaming. Teen Titan. No. Right now, my treadmill show is Altered Carbon, which is this kind of sci-fi noir kind of futuristic show about how we can download our souls or whatever to a little chip, and we can re-sleeve, which just means we just need a new body, and you know it's got a lot of different layers of AI and aliens and that kind of crazy stuff.
Are
to it.
you
Really weird,
surprised?
really quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, are you surprised he's watching that? I'm not.
No.
Mm-mm.
I'm surprised he can hear it over the pounding of his feet on the treadmill.
No, that's true.
Unless he's just walking. Are you just walking?
Captions.
So it's not.
Captions.
You have to read your TV.
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole purpose of TV is so that you don't have to read?
Dude, I've done captions since I had my first kid, so I'm
Yeah.
still on captions at any time. so-
Swedish captions or English captions?
English.
Or do you go for Spanish and
Mix it
try
up.
to be cultured?
Just English captions.
Good
Yes.
to know. All right. For me, it's Grace and Frankie.
Oh,
season
I've wanted
5.
to check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and I'm excited. There's what was the Amazon show? Oh, I totally can't remember right now. It's really a bad time to forget. There's an Amazon show coming out.
Oh.
It's totally awesome. Season 2 is going to be out like March 3rd.
Oh.
So another week. You should watch it.
I'll watch the
You
show.
should tune in. Yeah.
What do you guys stream on? I use Sling. I love Sling.
Usually.
Well, yeah. I mean, I watch shows on Sling by mostly Netflix and Amazon.
Netflix, Amazon.
I'm an Amazon, Netflix.
Sometimes I stream the latest Britain Digital Update
Oh, yeah.
podcast, which is available on iTunes, by the way.
Or SoundCloud.
Or SoundCloud. You can search for Britain Digital Update, and you'll find it probably. You can hit subscribe, and then you'll get it every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Like you would have this morning. You could have downloaded
Awesome.
it. It was awesome. You can also, of course, read the Britain Digital Update and get a lot of these stories at BrittonMDG.com. Click on the blog and the digital update section.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be it for our Britain Digital Update Live. So thanks.
This has been a Tide ad. Right? Isn't that how one? This has
I
been
don't
a
know.
Tide
Is David
ad?
Harbour here?
He is. He's dancing over there.
Fun. All right.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.